What's going on, guys? It is T90 and welcome back. Thank you for watching another video. This is a YouTube only cast, as I call it, and it is a 1v1. I will be shifting my content slightly to have more YouTube only content. I feel like a YouTube viewer and Twitch viewer are a little bit different. I think people on YouTube, they probably prefer less distractions. And then if I grow my YouTube channel, you guys always have the option to go to the stream, right? You know, community games, some of the big tournaments, all the things that are streamed on Twitch that end up being very, very good. It's still going to go to YouTube, but I want to mix in a few YouTube only casts every week, and this is one of them. Now, I'm not running out of content ideas, I promise, but I'm actually casting one of my own games. A week and a half ago, people told me that the Continental game I uploaded was very, very informative and fun to watch, so I decided to do another one. I'm here in the red, playing as the Huns. And then his blue player, I forget who his name was, and the recorded game actually doesn't show a name. So this nameless player here, who I believe was from China, I'm unsure. I'll talk about my conversation with him later. But anyways, he's playing as the Cumans. And you may have seen a few YouTube videos about the Cumans and how they play out competitively and how, honestly, broken they are. The Civ is in need of balance quick before people rage quit the game. No, it's not that serious, and I know the balance will be coming, but it's just so strong. You can build a second town center in feudal age, so you know if you kill 2 or 3 villagers from the Cumans, they're going to catch up anyways and probably get a lead because of the TCs. They have faster moving cavalry, and they have the steppe lancer and the kipchek, all of which I will get to in a bit. All right, the map is rivers. Now, I was really disappointed to see that my opponent had chosen Cumans. Currently in the ranked queue, there's no way to know if your opponent has gone random Civ, and so I was hoping that he wouldn't pick Cumans, basically. And he picked Cumans. I believe I picked Huns. I pick Huns because I like the flexibility of it. I'm kind of a more mobile player. And because I consider myself a more mobile player, I knew that I needed to apply pressure to the Cuman player before he got farms out, before he got extra TCs, and before he gained that big lead. And so my initial thought at this point, as I come out here to dock, as you always should do on rivers, my initial thought was, let's fight on water, but then bail on the water fight halfway through, and then transport a vill over, and maybe make some knights or cav archers in Castle Age. But I was patrolling my scout here, I built the dock, and I figured, let's try. I told myself, and this could seem pretty negative, but I told myself, alright, I'm against Cumans. If I lose this, it's really no surprise. This should be a Civ win for him. So let's try something different. And so I decided to just walk on through. I'm really not sure what he was doing with his scout at this point. It looks like he's scouting his whole map. And it may be looking for extra resources because Rivers games can go on quite long. Like maybe if this goes to Imp, a castle here, you know, those types of things are things that he might be thinking about. But yeah, he does not know that my villager is walking down this direction. And so, change of plans, basically. Instead of the transport, I decided to go one dock, just for the fish, try and hold on to my water control as long as possible, and then make a very, very, very YOLO switch into some archers. The thing is, though, if I kill a villager from Cumans, they have another TC that's going to create that villager back. So, I'm giving up water with this decision because typically players go multiple docks to fight on water, so my fishing ships will die. And it's possible he could go for a second TC. Now, you want to talk about panic. This would have ended the game. And I couldn't wall this damn wolf out. I couldn't do it, but I finally did it. And the wolf's just sitting there. Look at him, yeah. Look at him. Yeah, get out of here, you punk. My villager was on 7 HP. That could have been a disaster. I did have Loom on the way, but it would not have been in time. Also, I'm pretty sure that the wild animals attack faster in DE, because that happens far too far too often. Blue is scouting the shoreline. So at this point, you're going to see a second dock go up. Normally, if you're fighting on water, you'll see him going to gold. You'll see him going to wood. This is a normal build, which would involve a second dock. He has scouted my dock. Scouting is so important, and over the next few weeks, I'll have so many uploads that show the importance of scouting. But yeah, he sees my dock. He's coming back to check, and now he sees my wall. So, as far as he knows, I don't have anything at his base. Unfortunately, he hits the feudal age. Oh no, he's still in dark age. But he will hit the feudal age, and he's attacking my villager. And with feudal age, he'll get extra attack. So that villager is a goner. That's a disappointment. But everything that he sees tells him that I am going for water. Also, he's going to be quite scared of using the scout because it's on low HP. So, I was hoping to possibly snipe this. I have my scout around here, but I can't get through, right, to get back to the other side. Now, again, I want to talk about my logic and the way I saw things. First off, I want to call him out on what I consider to be a mistake. He scouted an awful lot, but he has not seen a second dock yet. So maybe he's assuming it's over there. He's committing to the fire galleys right now, but if he doesn't see a second dock for me, that's when you have to start building outposts all over your base, alright? At this point, I don't even have a fire galley out. He has a huge score lead, which is making him feel confident, I'm sure. He must be scouting for the dock. But he's thinking, you know what? I'm going for a new town center right next to the deer. Now, that's juicy. That is juicy, and he will have the fishing ships bringing in food to produce villagers. I mean, this is not going to be easy for me. But if he saw this, it would have ended the game for sure. 2 TCs in feudal, fish. Yeah, if you see and you know this is coming, you can just tower up and it's game over. So I knew that, well, first off, I hid the barracks back here with the blacksmith, right? I did not want him to scout that. There's a real possibility that he could. My eco is just atrocious right now. I've maybe 4 or 5 villagers bringing in food right here. And I'm walking long distance out to deer. I knew I needed fletching. And I knew I needed to kill a lot of villagers at the start. Because right now, he has 33 eco units and I have 28. Here's my scout. I spot it. And actually, for a split second, I thought, oh no, I need to stop that TC. I'm too late. I'm too late. What have I done? But then I realized this TC is about to go up. Fortunately, he didn't spot that. You see that there? So, for every villager that I kill, he has that extra TC to bring him right back. So, the best way to counter Cumans is to deny all of their food income. It's not easy to do, because he has fish, but fortunately there's not many deep fish around. And he's just put 275 wood into a town center and a bunch into docks. So it's not like he can build a barracks and then build an archery range and then have enough for skirmishers. Now, check this out. His scout, I kill it. Now, what would have happened if I would have built my barracks on the front? I'm not sure. I think he would have reacted. This makes me so proud. But I hit everything. I hit everything on the back. And here I come. So the archers have fletching. And there's 5 villagers there. And so I positioned the archers on either side. Unfortunately, I didn't really micro this as I could have. I think a higher level player or a player who wasn't as tired as I was at the time would have killed every single vill. This one does get away. But now for him, it's panic time, right? He has 37 vills to 32 still because of the Cumans. And so I knew I needed to split my units up. A few units here, he's panicking a barracks. A few units here on the berries. These are the types of games, like this is where I feel comfortable. If I can have multiple armies moving all around, I love it. In fact, I think that, honestly, I probably enjoy other games, other non-AoE2 games. Like StarCraft, for example, is, I think, a little bit quicker. I might actually really enjoy that. I've just never yet had the time to do it. So he still doesn't have the barracks. But he has 2 more villagers. Here, I will snipe a villager, but his tower is kind of blocking the gold there. It's kind of an awkward tower, because it's not directly next to the wood line or the gold. But yeah, I put archers here, and I put archers here. I put archers here, and I really recommend, if you're ever doing this, to make sure that you're putting your units on stand ground, so they don't run into town centers. Not have them on attack stance. But my eco is really not that good. I'm, in fact, using the market big time, which is something you've probably seen from Tato lately. If you haven't, you'll see it soon on YouTube. But I still feel like I haven't done quite enough yet. He's still collecting wood. I have to try and deny that, because wood equals farms. I send this archer around. I think he can garrison there. I'm feeling good, but I'm not feeling great because of the score. And the score does tell you an awful lot. But isn't it crazy that I've killed so many villagers, denied his barracks, and I'm still behind? This was a huge misplay by me. I had scouted these deer, and I could see that that's a dead deer. But I was looking everywhere but there. So he scrambles up the barracks, and now it's all about moving around, getting everywhere. Right? So I can't just sit back. I'm going to sit underneath the tower. So I sit underneath the tower. Doesn't accomplish too much except keep those villagers inside of that tower. But, oh, I see the gold's a bit exposed, so I'll send some archers to the gold. I'm now at a stable because I'm thinking he might add some skirmishers. I wanted to go as all in as possible with this. It's 48 villagers to 41. It's stupid, man. How he doesn't even have to have military. And he can have that big of a lead. I really think that this first tower was a mistake, and it was me making him panic a bit. Imagine if he would have walled here when he had the chance. Walled here when he had the chance. So his woodline probably would have been safe, and then towered the gold. Well, actually, if he walled properly, I wouldn't have even gotten over there, right? But that's what pressure does. It makes you panic. And, you know, he's out here on deer because I'm a moron. I'm on the gold. I'm on the berries. And I am 60% of the way to Castle Age. Purely market abuse, by the way. I mean, I only had 11 farmers, and a lot of these are new farms. So I was buying food like crazy. Now, this is common when Cumans are playing. Or it's Cuman when Cumans are playing. That they will be later to Castle Age, but they end up having more eco when they get there. But I forced him into skirmishers, right? Which is very good. I really like to do this. Just a few units on each resource. I have this archer on stand ground behind the wood line. These archers behind the archer range. And now I see this, which is a little bit late. I was kicking myself. I physically healed myself on the other leg. Physically kicked myself. Because I wasn't happy about it. He still hasn't clicked up, but he's getting really, really close. Again, if we're talking perfecting his situation, I still think if he buys food here and ups to Castle Age, he could be fine. It's 59 villagers for him and 43 for me. My eco is not going to be as strong, but it's all about being a micro nerd. Now, the knight has bloodlines and armor, but without +2 defense, you cannot be fighting underneath TCs. And so, you know, I'm on this gold, I'm on this wood line, microing with my crossbows, picking off the skirms. And then I also have knights and crossbows over here. So I think at this point, again, I've really forced him to panic. And I'm just splitting up armies everywhere. Army here. And then, you know, the knight and crossbow combo is working really well. So yes, he has more numbers, but it's not very efficient. Still 58 to 44. And he's on his way to Castle Age. Just incredible what the Civ can do. By the way, I do have Bodkinera for my crossbows. And I was really undecided on what to do as far as unit composition goes. I figured the best thing I could do is just continue to keep him on the move and running. And with so many TCs and towers, it probably wasn't ideal for me to go archers. And maybe I needed to look towards knights. So he really wants this gold. He's building 3 towers here to secure this one spot that he probably should have secured before. And I, unfortunately, misclicked the tower. So I probably could have sniped a few more villagers there, but I misclicked the tower instead of the vills. He did get a tower up here. That tower will kind of secure that stone. 52 villagers versus 47 now, so we brought it back a little bit. And still trying my best to be annoying on this gold. Yeah, his eco's in really bad shape. But I think like, if this was Arabia, for example, I think the game's over, but the fish have brought in so much food for him. So again, I figured, the second he gets steppe lancers, this game is over. He probably has more food, or enough food to create steppe lancers. Keep in mind, steppe lancers, they're 70 food, but they're only 30 gold. And they're really quick. So he still has the score lead. He's making his stables now with more eco, but not that much more eco. And I saw my opportunity. I saw him misclick vills. And I figured, okay, I have rams. I just got armor on my knights. It's time to dive in. This was an awful error on my part. If I would have sent the crossbows around and then into the ram, I think it would have been better. That's what I was thinking of. But they pathed towards the town center. But here I am. 2 rams, a third on the way. This one single villager is weak. And here come those steppe lancers. Now, I have armor and bloodlines. He does not have... He only has 60 HP and he doesn't have many upgrades. This is great micro from him. And I patrolled there. My knights started to chase, which is a mistake and something that could cost me the game. He takes care of these rams and gets back into the town center. The steppe lancers will surely be coming, but if I take this TC out and snipe the villagers now, I think for the first time I could take a big eco lead. And look at that ram. Clutched it. 29 HP. He doesn't have enough room, or sorry, enough HP to garrison. And that brings me to 55 villagers and he is at 39. Still, the crossbows are doing work here and here. I guess he'll clean that up now. If the game was a little bit closer at this stage, keep in mind that, yeah, it has some fish. But if the game was a little bit closer, there's still a risk that the steppe lancers could bring it back. And I figured, instead of just waiting for his army, since my eco is untouched at home, which is just 1 TC, by the way, look at this gold. It's Huang-style gold. Why not just raid him? You know, he's lost the TC. We know where he's taking gold. We know where he's taking wood. Just pressure him non-stop. Full aggro. And then the way I always say it when I'm casting is, apply pressure and then expand your economy behind. And so I'm applying that pressure here, sniping villagers. And that takes him all the way down to 34. And 59 for myself. It's not a good situation for him. Here, I keep my villager alive. I also was making some monks. And, oh, there's his name, actually. AOC2201 or whatever. He calls the GG. That, I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm really proud of. I know there might be some bias here. But I feel like if I would have been casting this one live, and it would have been Jimmy Bob Jr. 27 or whoever, I feel like it would have been a YouTube game. You know, like, the amount of pressure that I had to apply there to win that was really, really difficult. I needed to have 3 armies at once and moving all around. And I really think that his inability to realize what I was going for and use that scout changed this game. You could even say the fact that his scout was on the side when I walled, though, was good, because he otherwise might have sent his scout back. But if he didn't see my second dock, I think he should have been thinking sneak of some kind or landing of some kind. He didn't scout it. I hid the barracks, and I got those archers rolling. So I almost said well played to T90. No, I'm proud of that victory, and I hope that helped you guys a little bit. By the way, I will upload losses if I feel like the game brings some excellent talking points. But while Cumans are overpowered, I really think if you can hit them where it hurts with the food, that second TC can be a bit of a risk. Water maps, it's more difficult, but it ended up working out here. So I'll go to the statistics. 68 kills, 45 deaths for myself. How did he get 44 kills and I had 45 units lost? Did I lose something to a wolf? Oh, you know what? I think I lost something over here. I recall... I need to find this. I think there's a wolf out here who claimed a victim. I mean, it's possible... Why is this so important to me? And hopefully it's now important to you. Okay, I actually don't know. Okay, I actually don't know. I thought a wolf had killed me at some point. Just like that wolf tried to at the start. But, you know, we had less food collected, less wood collected, and less stone collected. And it was just the gold difference. I was buying food a lot. That's how I got to Castle Age so quickly, despite the eco deficit. This is where it all started. His eco was ahead of me here. But the faster Castle Age and then being able to hit all the flanks was the whole idea of the victory. So thank you guys for watching. Feel free, if you're not a huge fan of this, let me know. If you want me to structure this a little bit different, put it into a playlist. I'll gladly hear your feedback in the comments. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, or maybe if you're trying to sleep to this, good night and sweet dreams. But see you next time, guys.